This month's tip is about introductions, and I'm specifically giving guidance on how to introduce yourself in writing. But let's start with how introductions work when you're face to face. As I've talked about before, the difference between speaking and writing is really important. When we're talking to each other, you have this body. And so the very first thing we do when we introduce ourselves in person is to say, "Hi, my name is," right? And so we usually, hi is a greeting word or phrase. We also do that in our written messages. And then the next thing that we say is, "My name is Jenny," right? My name is. We do that because this body is in front of the other person and they need to know what to call us. But this is a big difference from how we introduce ourselves in writing. Because in our written messages, whether it's email or your LinkedIn chat message, in those messages, your name is already on the communication and your body is not in front of the other person. So when introducing yourself in a written message, you are not going to say, "My name is," okay? Because your name is already there. Your name is on the from line of an email or the from line of a LinkedIn chat. It's already information that we have. And if you restate that piece of information at the beginning of your email, you are wasting the most valuable real estate, because as I talked about in other tips, that first sentence after the greeting, so you say hello, and then you have your first sentence after the greeting, that is the most valuable real estate of your entire message. It is the only sentence that most people are going to read in its entirety. They're going to skim the rest of the message. And if you put "My name is Jenny" as the first sentence, you are wasting that with information that they already have. Okay, so a greeting in person, you're gonna say, "Hi." You don't have to do the gesture. You're gonna say, "Hi, my name is," and then we usually shake hands, right? And you would then provide some relevant context information, right? "Hi, my name is Jenny, and my company, Appendance, provides corporate training in business writing, which means I pretty much teach employees how to write good emails at work." That's my full in-person introduction. But I would not write the exact same thing, right? Almost the exact same thing. I would write, "Hi, I am a corporate trainer in business writing who helps employees write good emails at work." I wouldn't say "My name is," because my name is already on the document. And I'm going to shift the conversation to describe who I am in a way that's relevant to the other person, so that my primary setup in an email where I'm introducing myself would be to say hello, always say hello, and then to explain who I am. If I can, in writing, I want to not even start with who I am, but start with who I am relative to the reader. So why am I contacting the reader? Some really good things that you can start your email with before you introduce yourself are like, if you know somebody in common. "Hi, Steve said that you might be a good person for me to talk to about this because I am this person," right? So you can say the name of a person that that the reader might know, and that way you're saying, okay, we already have a connection. We already can build a relationship. If you don't have a person in common, you might say something about what you think their business is looking for, what they're doing. "Hi, your business is active in this space, where I saw your most recent LinkedIn post. And in that LinkedIn post, you were talking about your training needs. I am a corporate trainer," right? So you're looking in your introduction in writing for a thing that is going to get the other person's attention. Why should they read the rest of their message? Why should they care who you are? And instead of front loading your name, I want you to front load a relationship or your position so that they understand why they should be paying attention to you and reading the rest of your message. Okay, hope that helps with your written introductions. You have the tip as your shortcut, and you have blog posts coming up soon so that you have a full description of how to do this well when you introduce yourself in writing.